Yo, what's happening today? It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I'm back at the park. I haven't been at the park in a long time, and it's cool because I'm actually sitting on the tree. I'm sitting on my skateboard under a tree because my usual spot for filming, it's actually the sun. It was like the sun shines and it was shining too bright and I couldn't see myself, so it was cool though. But yeah, I'm happy to be back at the park. It's so green out here. Like you may have saw in some of my other videos, like I used to come out here in the fall time and it was not this green, and so it's so freaking beautiful. I'm so happy to be out here today, and yeah, it's gonna be a good day. What we're gonna talk about today is an experience I had yesterday, and it's what I always talk about, like when I'm always talking about like this awareness behind life and things like that, and like we are the awareness. But I had this really cool I had this really great conversation with a coach of mine, and he really just helped me see that clearer. He helped me see what I never seen before, and I have seen it before, but just in a conversation, it was really beautiful. It was amazing. I'm so excited. And yeah, and nature is always a great representation of it. And I've said that many times before, but it's like nature is a great representation of like who we really are, what we really are, and like how still and like how peaceful things can really be. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. That's what we're gonna talk about today. If this is your first time tuning in this channel, I'm Dave Shine, your neighborhood nature man. This channel is about spirituality, it's about upliftment, it's about inspiration. It's about bringing the kids home to who they really are. And yesterday I had a glimpse of that. I seen something different yesterday, and so it was so fantastic. And I'm gonna try to stay focused on the camera, but I like to just look around because it's so nice out here. That's so funny. But yeah, so one of the most profound things is like when everything is really what we think about it. And I've said that so many times before, but I saw it so clearly yesterday after having this conversation. During the conversation, and what it made me do was just laugh. I just had to laugh because I was like, oh snaps, like everything is what we make it from our thinking, and everything is how we feel with our thinking. And it's like I can't reiterate that enough, but after having this conversation and seeing this so clearly, like the nature of like this awareness that is us, it was after that moment, after that conversation, literally I walked outside and I can hear things better. Like, because really during the conversation I really got to see like the pure awareness that we really are. And so the conversation with something like this, I really can't regurgitate the exact conversation because, you know, really the funny thing is like we speak so much, we talk so much. I talk a lot, I make a lot of videos trying to explain like what this is, but what this is not something that you can talk about. It's literally just a feeling and a knowing. And that's really just crazy because we talk so much and that's how we communicate things, but it's really a feeling and a knowing. And that's what I felt, and that's what I knew yesterday, and I knew everything was okay. I knew everything literally was okay. I knew everything was all right, and I knew that the only quote-unquote problems or situations that we experience are just our thoughts. And I want to say the most simplest way to explain this experience is I had a moment where all of my thoughts fell away about the moment. All of my thoughts just fell away, and I just felt this pure awareness. I wasn't thinking about nothing, and it's so cool because you know what came up when all of my thoughts fell away? Just laughter, just joy. I just felt good. I was like, oh, this is funny. So my coach asked me, so what do you need to know? He's like, so what do you want to know? And I said, nothing. Nothing. I didn't judge myself for saying nothing. I didn't try to figure something out to say. That was the only thing that could come up, was nothing. I didn't want to know anything. Not because I know everything. It's just at that moment I didn't need to know anything. I wasn't thinking about anything. I just was here. And it was so profound, and it was so liberating because I see that's what we really all want. It's not that we don't want anything, but we just want to feel that peace. Literally that peace of life without our thinking about it. Without our thinking about it, without our personal thoughts about it, just to experience life. I would say a great way to experience life is just to listen. Because in the midst of just listening, thoughts tend to fall away. Like I was laying on the bench earlier and I was just listening to the birds. And sometimes we have thoughts about the birds. Sometimes we have thoughts about our environment. But if we just listen with clear ears. I don't really know how else to explain it. Listen with a clear mind, if you will. I love this analogy. Listen like you're on a plane and the pilot of the plane just said, hey, the plane is about to go down. Listen to every instruction that we say. Listen like that. And when we are able to listen with no thoughts about it, that's when we really experience this pureness and this joy and kindness of life. It's so cool. It's so cool. It really is so cool. It's really so cool because I know if more of us could just experience that, we would see differently. I saw something that I never saw before. I talk about these things all the time. I talk about the awareness behind life, and I talk about us just being and us being okay. But when you see it really differently, when you see, when you feel, when you know what it's really about, then you know that the words are just too much. I love this analogy. The map is not the terrain. Like the map is never the terrain. No matter how bad you want the map to be the terrain, is never the terrain. If you gave me a map of this park, the map of this park would never be the actual park. We can point to different things, but it's never the park. And that's what it is. The words are never the things that we're actually, the words are never it. The words are basically the map. When I say that you are the awareness, that is just the map, but it's not the actual thing. And that's what I experience, and that's it's really nice. It's really nice. It's really a good feeling, and it gives an ease about life. It gives an ease, and it's funny because when I sent my coach a message after the thing, I was like, "Thank you for everything and nothing," because it literally was nothing to figure out. At the end, I was like, "Oh, well, thanks, man. That's it." Like I just felt good. I was like, "Oh, okay, well, nothing." He was like, "What do you want to know?" And I said, "Nothing." After our conversation, nothing. And I was like, holy crap, that's it. As I was riding my longboard to the park, I was thinking of like how, now what? I don't want to know nothing, but I think nothing is a beautiful place to start from creation. Because I would say nothing came from something or something came from nothing, but there had to be the two. So it's like a beautiful place to start is like from this nothingness. And I know those words are like the nothingness, like that sounds so boring, but like when you can actually feel that, like it's a deep feeling, it's a deep sense of awareness, it's a deep sense of, okay, now I can create because I don't have any thoughts that are constricting me from creating. That's what it is. It's like if you didn't have to think about everything, what would you create? If you were actually like a clear vessel to allow Source, God, to flow through you, if you're a clear vessel for these impulses, how would you create? And you didn't think about your creations, and you didn't judge like, oh, am I doing this right? What if you just literally created from this place of just, I am hollow and I am an empty vessel for life to flow through me? That's kind of the idea that I was coming from, and it just made me like literally like since like yesterday evening, I was like, everything's been okay. Everything is literally okay. Because I've seen that the only things that happen, the only things that are always happening, how the human experience is we think and then we feel. Everything was okay because I wasn't thinking about everything, and I knew when I was thinking it's not a big deal anyways, because this deep awareness behind everything. That's what I saw, that experience of deep awareness behind everything. The experience of deep awareness behind everything. I love making these videos. I love just talking about these things because it's really fun. I'm gonna share this last thing, and then so I talked to 2 coaches yesterday, so I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll. Deep positivity, and deep positivity is, yet again, it's this sense of okayness. It's a sense of So what positivity is what you see a lot of people, like I was definitely a person of positive. Like, the situation is really shitty, but let me put rainbows and wrap it up with a bow tie and make it better. Let me just think positive about it. And that's cool. That's beautiful to have a positive mindset. But sometimes it might not, like sometimes you might not be able to get to the positivity. You might not, because the situation is so crummy, so crappy. You might not be able to be positive about it. And then trying to be positive about everything is kind of exhausting, trying to be positive about everything. It takes a lot of work. But deep positivity, it's this really deep understanding, this really deep knowing that everything is really okay. This situation is really shitty, but everything is really okay. All is really well. And that's the positivity that I think most of us are going for. Not to just make every situation look pretty, but it's like that deep feeling of all is well and everything is working out. Everything is literally working out. Nature is a beautiful example. Everything is really working out. These trees are working out. When the leaves fall off the trees in the fall, they don't go crazy and like they don't stress. They don't have the ability to. They don't think. They just be. And that's who we be. It's all love. It's all love. It's all love. I'm sending y'all the best energy in the world. I hope you're experiencing the best day of your life again. I hope you have a great week. Hope you're able to walk around life just knowing that everything is really going to be okay. It's all working out. That's what it's about. If you enjoyed this video, thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, consider subscribing. We'll be making videos twice a week, and they're always going to be different because life just happens, and I love to just talk about these experiences that happen in life. I'll speak to you very soon. Have a beautiful day. Peace.